So today's song we're going to take a look at is a song called Pompeii by Bastille. It's a song I've done with some of my students, and they've actually found it a little bit more difficult and sneaky, tricky. And there's three main parts to it. The first part that comes in pretty much right out of the intro into the verse is on the rim. And it consists of three parts that make up the measure. The first part is rim clicks, and they're full on hits, not really like a cross stick, not a cross stick thing, like full on hits on the rim that I do with my right hand, and the bass drum accompanies that on the one and then snare two, also with the rims. You have one and two. That's the first component of the measure. The second component is basically a 5-stroke, single stroke roll on the rim again. And I just kind of play to the sides where it's comfortable. I don't really reach across the rim, across the drum to play the opposite rim. And so that's the second component, is that 5-stroke singles, right, left, right, left, right. That comes in after the first part we talked about. Okay. And then the bass drum is on that last note of the 5-stroke. That last right hand. Okay. And then the last part of it, again, is the snare and rim on 4. Then you have and back on the rim, coming back around to 1. And I'll show you an overhead so you can see it. So the chorus takes that same part off of the rim, puts it on a loose, kind of trashy hi-hat, which he's kind of playing with a push-pull accent on the downbeats, the 1, 2, 3, 4s. Keeps the bass drum pattern. So you have 1 and 2. The 5-stroke roll comes off the rim up to the high tom, right, left, and then 3E and right, left, right. Bass drum on the last note. And then 4 and. The last component is sort of a bridge-like section that's almost a march on the snare drum. And the first thing you want to get down is just 16th notes against one note on the bass drum on the downbeats. Bass drum on the 1, 2, 3, 4. So for me, I'm right-handed. It's going to be with the right hand. Then following with the E and afterwards. And do that on beat 2, 3, and 4. Okay. The next thing would be to add double strokes, or if your double strokes aren't up to speed, you can use buzz strokes. I think double strokes are cleaner and sound better. Double strokes on the and of beat 4. So you'll have on beat 4, bass drum and snare to start it on 4, E left hand, double right on and, double left on into beat 1, which would be back with the right hand, right foot. Add that to the entire measure. Now the trickiest part are the accents. There's an accent on the first 16th note, the first right hand with the bass drum, and then every third 16th note after that. So you're going to have 1, then the of 1, and of 2, E of 3, 4 on the snare again with the bass drum. Now the syncopation and the coordination against the bass drum is very tricky. Take it one beat grouping at a time. So beat 1, the 1-E-anda, you'll have accent on 1, E, and then accent on left hand. Then go to beat 2 after that, which is not accented. There's a bass drum with the right hand not accented on beat 2. Now shift to beat 2, 2-E-anda. The only accent is the right hand on and. Put beats 1 and 2 together. Make sure those unaccented notes are real small and quiet. Then beat 3, the only accent is a left on E. Okay. Then beat 4 is an accent, so you can add that to it to get the feel of that. So this is a very common accent pattern that will help you in a ton of other songs as well. All together, then add the 4-E-anda with the double stroke roll. One more time. You can add 2 and 4 on the hi-hat. Then lastly, there's a fill unison left and right hand on the toms. Starts 1 and 2. Then you have 16th notes and a. Then on beat 3 you have E, a 4, 3. And then the and, 3. Then beat 1, you can add the bass drum too, like to kind of solidify and give it some extra punch.